too. Knows about the grind. Bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again. Wednesday afternoon, how you doing? Welcome to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk, coming to you live from the William Huff Studios, west side of the city. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas, Zach Kubish, the producer, with you today. Lots to get to, of course. Hit us up on the Nasty Chat if you're watching on YouTube. Slam that thumbs up. Let's get to 100 once again. Hit us up on the River Korean box, 780-218-9999. Before we get to the lineup and everything we're going to talk about, on a sad note, Bruce McCurdy, we were informed this morning through social media, through his family, he has passed away. Got to know him in the 1260 days, was always a regular with LT. Great man, great conversations, love the Oilers. I mean, for one of the few Oiler fans on Twitter that never took any heat, it was Bruce McCurdy, because everybody just loved him. He had the great stats, old school stats, big in the analytics world. He will be missed. He tweeted out last night about the game, so it's very sad. And we just want to send our condolences to the McCurdy family and friends. And rest in peace, Bruce McCurdy. He was an absolute beauty.
Well said, buddy. I always liked hearing him and Lowlights speak.
They're great.
They had great banter. Yeah.
So, thinking of the McCurdy family today for sure, and our buddy LT, who was really close with Bruce. So, very, very sad note. All right, teeing up the show today, Joaquin. Of course, we're going to break down the Oilers' impressive win. You got to be impressed.
It was, I'll say I was impressed. I was worried after the first, but
I think we all were. But
no, that's
because you didn't give him a chance to win yesterday. So
yeah, I did.
Did you?
I didn't think they would win, but I didn't think that was going to be I was like, ugh, this could get ugly. I was more interested in the big two battle of Leon and Jack Eichel. Eichel had some good chances in that first period on that power play, though. What a shot. It's so deceptive, man. Such a good player. Wow.
Every time he shot it, it was scary. He has such a quick release, man.
Yeah, but the way it's so deceptive because he can put his hands, it seems like, anywhere on the stick. Most stumble bums have to have everything perfect to get a good shot off.
Yeah.
He'll have his hands close together.
Well, he did one yesterday.
Yeah, and he just is kind of holding, and all of a sudden it's just off of that thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're going to get to it. A lot of good for the Oilers. Highlights, lowlights, two beauty goals, man. We're going to break down Hernan's World, like always presented by Edmonton Garrison Memorial Golf Club. We're going to have, it's also on a sad note, but we're going to remember a famous actor as well. Daniel Nugent-Bowman from The Athletic covers the Edmonton Oilers at 2:20. So we're going to have some fun on the show. Lots to get to, of course, lots of hockey talk. A new commish in the CFL. Stuart Johnson, who was president of TSN since 2010, is going to be the new man in charge. A nice little addition there. Oilers signed two guys out of Europe. Joaquin, Josh Samanski to a 2-year entry-level contract, and they have signed forward David Tomasek, who's been playing he's 29 years old. He's been playing in Karlstad. He's also played at Sparta Praha.
So he's also two big teams.
He's also played at JYPHT
JYP
in the SM Liga. That's the Finnish league.
Oh, that's Finnish league.
And then Pardubais HC.
That's Czech.
Yeah. So last year he had 57 points. So this season, in 47 games. I think Dusty tweeted out he covered him at the Spangler, and he didn't. This is what Dusty tweeted. When he saw him play, he wasn't like, that guy needs to be in the NHL. Now,
Dusty's not a great evaluator of talent. No, whatever.
if he evaluates movies like he does hockey players.
Easy.
So just quickly, Samanski, Gage played the last 4 seasons with the Straubing Tigers.
Straubing. DEL?
Okay. And
it's in the DEL? Is Straubing in the DEL? Okay.
Listen,
they weren't when I was. So I know they went up, but I wasn't sure if they're down. Okay. So
I'll be honest. I don't know if these guys even fit into the lineup next year. Maybe they want this Tomasek maybe to push, but Gage, I have a hard time seeing a Euro come over at 29 years old and jumping into a top 6 on a Stanley Cup contending team.
Well, you're like a young Don Cherry, then just don't like the Euros.
No, I like Euro, but don't you agree with, like, we've seen this? We've seen Joaquin Nygaard. We've seen
no, man, I don't know. Like, look. From experience, okay? I think there's a lot of guys that play in Europe that can play in the NHL in a certain capacity. Is there going to be a Connor McDavid come over? No, right?
Of course not.
But I do think there is the possibility of finding a diamond in the rough, and maybe you get an older guy that can moonlight top 6 but be responsible defensively. It's a different game. Right? All of a sudden, who was the 29-year-old? What was his name? Tomasek. So he's Czech.
David Tomasek.
David Tomasek. So, I mean, here comes a guy over at 29 years old that's used to playing on big ice for a long period of time. So that's going to be hard. Everything happens so much quicker. It's obviously a little bit more physical. So there's going to be less time to operate. So it's a gamble. Sure. It is a gamble. But if you're looking for something cheap and serviceable, it might be a good route, right? This is like going to the dollar store and buying a bunch of things, and maybe one of them works out really well, but the rest, who cares?
That's a good way of putting it, actually. I'm with my boy Tom, where it's like, I'm not getting too excited about this. We've seen this. Now, if one of them works out, sure. Hey, well done,
They'll
management.
Probably all be awesome in the preseason.
Yeah, they'll be great. Who's going to be the Jesse Joensu of the Oilers preseason? But that's what I'm saying, Gage. You're like, because people tune in because they want to hear our feedback, and I really don't know because I've never seen these guys play. All I can go off is by their stats but what other people that have actually watched them say. I don't know if these guys are going to push for a spot. I truly don't. But no. I think you can find guys all over that for cheap and give them a shot. But I guess what many are saying is don't get too excited. Like, sure, we'll see them at camp. We'll see what they can do, and we'll leave it at that because we haven't watched them play. One's 29, one's 23. Can you think of someone that they picked up out of Europe and came over? No. In
the past 20 years that's made an impact and become a regular NHLer?
That's a great question. I'm trying to think on the spot. So
yeah.
Gaetan Haas, Joaquin. I think Gaetan Haas was okay.
He was good.
I think he was better than Joaquin Nygaard. I'll be honest. Who else came over?
I'm trying.
I heard Tommy say on the Oil Stream Yeri Dopita years ago.
Oh, he was a big centerman, right?
Yeah.
And he played with the Flyers for a bit. Was that it?
Flyers.
Yeah, and he was like a superstar.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about. There are certain guys that just say, I don't want to go play in the NHL. I'm fine playing at home. I'm playing in Europe. And that's great. They have a chance to do it. You can't do that here, right? The only real professional league you can play in Canada is the NHL, really.
Now, when we say players that have like free agent signings, because Slepyshev and Timo Hartikainen were draft picks.
Yeah. No, this is... And were these guys ever drafted? Do you know?
Let me look.
I wonder if they
Tomasek was not, and neither was Samanski. Samanski played 1 year in the OHL.
Okay. That's good that they have some sort of. I mean, it's so hard, especially if the language barrier too, right? Like because it
might be tougher for an older guy like Tomasek.
No, I think it's harder for a younger
guys.
To tell you the truth, because they're just so used to speaking their own language, right? And older guys can kind of. Well, it is what it is.
Tomasek did play in the O as well for 2 seasons.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so this year's his best season he's ever had, 57 points.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Oh yeah, you roll the dice and take your chances.
You roll the dice Reed has.
Reed? The D100.
The D100.
Yeah. That's basically like rolling that thing. See where it stops.
Cole Harbor Joe says Mikko Koskinen.
No, he was drafted by the Islanders originally.
Yeah,
right?
the Oilers signed him as a free agent.
Yeah, so this is completely different.
But there has to be other guys. I'm sure there has been. I just can't remember them because they don't last long, Joaquin.
No. And who was the big Russian defenseman that the Oilers took out of back in the Rexall days? What was his name? Do you remember?
Like they free agent?
Yeah. The big Russian guy that was supposed to be really good, but was really slow.
Let me check.
Oh, shoot. I forget his name. Someone in the nasty chat one. I'm trying to think. I mean, no, because in the minors, I remember first with Edmonton, there weren't a lot of free agents. There was a couple Russian free agents that came over.
Yeah.
Ilya Biakin, I think.
Biakin, I like that one.
And another one, Kelly Buchberger cross-checked him in the face, though, because he was supposed to take Bucky's place in camp. And I think this was the camp, and he cross-checked him, but his teeth were so rotten that they all just fell out after that. It was like one of those cartoons where where Bugs Bunny smashes the teeth and they all fall out. That's what kind of happened.
I got a good one. Joel Person. Remember the defenseman?
No.
In 2019, he came over with Haas and Nygaard.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think he played a few games. Nothing crazy. But that's the history of the Oilers, like, especially in the last 20 years. Like, when they bring these guys, none of them work out.
But you take a chance.
Leonard Petrell. Remember him?
No.
You don't?
No.
He was one for sure. Yeah, he played 13 games for the Oilers.
Really?
This Joel Person. Here, let me look up. I'm surprised you don't remember Petrell because it wasn't that long ago.
Really?
Yeah, so he played for the Oilers in 2011-12, 2012-13. He played a total of 95 games.
Holy smokes.
18 points.
That's when they really sucked, though.
Yeah, that's when they were bad. Leonard Petrell. There's another one, Joaquin. Leonard Petrell and what was his name? Can't remember.
What was the D-man's name?
I'm trying to look for it.
Russian D-man.
Yeah, he was just like a big.
Hi. Who? Anton Bertisov? Anton Bertisov?
I feel like we talked about this already.
I don't know if that's it. I want to say it's someone else, but
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, no, I think it's good.
All I'm saying is, Oilers, be excited, sure, but I mean,
yeah,
Anton Belov. Ooh.
Belov.
Yeah,
that's it. Anton Belov. Tommy says he requested Russian tape. I don't know if it was for his hockey stick or not.
Man, he was terrible. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like, he did not work out here.
No,
man.
that was terrible.
Oh boy,
Belov, right?
And Gus had it too on Anton Belov. Thanks, Gus.
Thank you, Gus.
You can always trust a guy named Gus like that.
Yes. Yeah. You want something fixed? Gus. If there's like a Peter or a Gus, you're going to Gus.
Yeah, Gus Fring.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gustavo.
Is it Gustavo? Gus?
Gustavo
or is it just
Gustavo
Gus?
Fring.
Is it Gustavo?
Sometimes he goes by Gus.
I know a lot of people named Gustavo.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Drug dealers?
No.
No.
Why?
Because
of Narcos?
Yeah, no, because of Breaking Bad.
Oh, the guy's name was Gustavo.
Gustavo
Yeah,
Fring.
yeah. D-Rock says,
Los Hermanos.
Los Pollos
Los
Hermanos.
Pollos Hermanos.
I can't wait for pre and post next season. Laughing my butt off, D-Rock. Oh, Tomasek doesn't know what he's getting himself into.
Oh, yeah.
I will destroy. No, I'm kidding. I've actually been the positive guy lately, eh?
Yeah.
Well, Tommy's pretty positive too.
Gazzola?
Yeah.
Huh.
He thinks they're going to roll the Kings in the first round.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was weird yesterday with our guest.
Ken Bulkey?
Ken, that he would rather play the Oilers than the Kings right now.
Yeah. And the Kings rolled Winnipeg.
They smacked them. Yeah. Yeah. You might, they might want to get, geez, pick your poison. Look at the Blues. See that? They were in those old unis, like the
Brett Hall.
The
Wayne
Brett
Gretzky.
Hall. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't like him when they first had him. But is it bad that I liked them last night watching that a bit?
I liked them too, man.
They look great in that. Little racing red in it.
Took me back as a simpler time.
Yeah.
Hey, I did want to ask you something, but now I totally lost my train. Oh, do you think the Blue Jays? Do you think the Blues? Nope. Hey, the Blue Jays won again. Do you think the Blue Jays? Oh, the St. Louis Blues. Sorry, are peaking too quick here?
No. You
think Vegas is scared to play them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, not scared.
No, but you know what I mean.
But there's definitely not a sigh of relief that you're playing a bottom feeder. You're playing a hot team that did it before, right? There's a lot of guys that were part of that. Just imagine they're doing this without Barenko too, right? He's done.
Yeah, he's done for the year.
Yeah.
That's even more impressive.
That's really impressive.
So Calgary's probably done because they lost yesterday to the
Yeah, that's too bad.
What a feisty team, though. They should be proud of themselves.
Oh, gosh, yeah. And that's playing, what is it today? The 2nd? What's the date? 2nd of April. They're playing meaningful games all the way till the 2nd of April. I think depending on where you're at as a team in your contract situation, like they got a lot of that core still together, right? I think you're building something there. And who knows? Like a top 10 draft pick, you're still rolling the dice. You might as well go to Europe and grab one of those guys.
Sure. 118. Fun show on top. That was a good conversation, though, because, yes, the Oilers have signed, if you missed it, Josh Samanski, 23-year-old, German. Probably play with Draisaitl, start game 1 next year. And Czech, 29-year-old, David Tomasek to a 1-year contract, $1.2 million. I wonder if he has a no movement.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be probably...
For sure.
He's played a lot of years of pro hockey. He's been a pro since 2015, ladies and gents, and he had his best year this year, 57 points in 47 games for Farjestad's BK Karlstad.
That's where Oscar Klefbom's from.
Really?
Just outside Farjestad.
Nice. The afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. Up next, we will recap the Oilers and Vegas Golden Knights game. It was a fantastic game. We'll show you a couple of highlights from the game, which will be fun because lowlights are never fun, but highlights are the best. In an hour 2, Daniel Nugent-Bowman at 2:20, Hernan's World at 1:40. And once again, we say, thinking of the McCurdy family, rest in peace, Bruce McCurdy, an absolute beauty, an absolute, one of the best Oiler fans you'll ever see out there. So the Oilers are going to go out tomorrow and win that game for good old Bruce. So once again, we send our condolences to the McCurdy friends and family. We're back after the break. Here's Coop, Sports Update.
From Germany, the Oilers have signed forward Josh Samanski from the Dell, with the 23-year-old having 40 points in 52 games for the Straubing Tigers this season. Edmonton also inked 29-year-old SHL scoring leader David Tomasek to a 1-year contract worth over $1 million, having both deals kick in for next season. Around the league, we see Florida visit Toronto. The Caps take on the Hurricanes, with Alex Ovechkin just 4 goals away from breaking the all-time scoring record, while Vancouver hosts Seattle on a 5-game slate. And in basketball, Miami meets Boston. The Hawks and Mavericks throw down, while the Knicks clash with the Cavs, having 9 games around the association. And out east, left-hander Easton Lucas is on the mound for the Jays against the Nationals. At the bottom of the first, it's scoreless with 3 other games live. Pittsburgh holding Tampa Bay 3-2 at the bottom of the 8th. Cards trailing 5-4 against the Angels at the bottom of the 7th. Out in Boston, rookie second baseman Christian Campbell and the Red Sox have agreed to an 8-year, $60 million contract, keeping the 22-year-old with the team through 2034. This sports update is brought to you by Gimme Virtual Golf. Step into a whole new golfing experience with 240 unique courses for you to play, featuring innovative technology that replicates real-life ball lies, shifting the ball in 24 different directions. Gimme Virtual Golf, where innovation meets the game. Visit their website at gimmevirtualgolf.ca. Hernan, Salas, and Joaquin Gage dive into yesterday's game during highlights, lowlights on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The showdown continues at the Canadian Brewhouse. Wing flavors of the month. Dillionaire sauce versus passion fruit habanero. One's cool as a cucumber, the other's fire in your face. Who will reign supreme? Come taste the madness. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Take your career to the next level with Nate's Construction Leadership and Supervision Program, a perfect tool for professionals looking to advance their role or an organization needing to develop leaders. Learn more about safety supervision, scheduling, cost control, and most importantly, how to lead a team. For more information and to register, visit nate.ca/CLSP to take your career to another level.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Love is in the air. I love you. And you? And you? And you! Why choose between your beloved items? Sentinel Storage, keeping your treasures safe to be loved again. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
.124. Welcome back to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Lots to get to. Hey, how about the Blue Jays still winning, eh? 5-3 now, I think.
Really?
No, not 5-3. I don't know what they are, but
Are they using torpedo bats?
they're not. Keeping it legit. They're not cheaters like the Yankees.
It's not cheating.
No, I know.
I think it's cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
it's kind of cool that, you know, the bats have been like regulated for so long, right? It really shows what a good player you are. I guess there's little adjustments that you can make over the years and to customize it, but yeah, I think innovation with the bats is great.
Yeah, we'll see. Everybody's going to start using them, and it's going to be every team's going to be the same, right? Like they're going to have the same advantage, I guess, but. I mean, you still got to hit the ball, though.
Still got to hit the ball. Yeah.
A lot of texts
It's
at
like
the river.
taking performance enhancers.
Yeah,
Still got to hit the ball.
You still got to be talented. 10- says Bogdan Yakimov. No, he was a forward and he was a draft pick. A lot of people send in. Anton Belov. Alexei Semenov. I think he was a draft pick too.
No, he got drafted.
He was a defenseman though. He's
a forward.
No, that's Anatoly.
Oh, Semenov. Yeah. I played with him.
Yeah.
What about?
He might be the best Russian the Oilers ever had.
What?
Who else?
What did you just say?
He might be the best. Oh, Bobo. Sorry.
Jesus.
Top 3. I apologize. What?
Kravchuk? Ulanov?
Yeah, but those guys were just love. That doesn't mean they were great on the ice.
They were awesome.
I guess if you're old enough to remember Anatoly, he was pretty good. No?
No.
Kovalenko. Okay, anyways, the Oilers, they beat the odds last night. Coop came up with that.
Oh, good one, Coop. I get it. I get it.
The other one was they gamble overseas.
Oh,
yeah.
I like the first one better.
Yeah. Overseas.
Hey, you got it
Overseas.
with the new contracts. They gamble overseas. They take a gamble.
Oh,
overseas.
okay.
Yeah,
I was okay. I get it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I know. You got to think of a couple ideas before you hit one, right?
You're melding two different things there, so that's good. I like where you're at. Though.
Sin City, baby.
Okay, so
When are you going there by yourself?
oh boy, please don't go by yourself.
Never. No.
What?
I'm not by myself.
Why not?
No.
Maybe go see a UFC event. It is the fight capital of the world.
No, you need to be with someone.
No,
I know
we
jujitsu.
need
Calm down.
this guy going with body cam and walking around Vegas.
But someone just tracking them, from 5 yards behind.
We need a
just
film
making-
crew.
I won't know they're there either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think you should go.
One day.
Yeah. Have a lot of fun. You ever been to Vegas?
Yeah, I went in 2009 for my buddy Stag.
Oh, ooh.
We went for five nights, bro.
How many darts?
Probably none. I wasn't smoking back then. Seriously. I don't
Okay.
smoke now. I have one once in a blue moon. That doesn't make you
Was
a
it a
smoker.
blue moon yesterday?
Are we back to darts talk? Someone complained yesterday because every time I tune into you guys, you're talking about booze and darts.
What were we saying before that? Vegas.
Yeah, don't go to
right.
Vegas by yourself, Coop.
Yeah, they beat the odds last night. That was good. The first period, the Knights looked like, wow, what a wagon. No wonder people are picking these. Well, actually, they're not, right? They actually said on the broadcast, they was like, they're not a lot of hype around this team to win a Stanley Cup, which
The Oilers looked terrible in the first period. Just flat, right? They're on their heels, couldn't get much going. But then in the the Wallman goal is awesome. I thought he was going to drop the gritty there, but he didn't.
no, he does the gritty, right?
Yeah, his first as an Oiler, a great shot. I'm wondering if Stuart Skinner lets that in if he gets torched.
Well, yeah, it was under the glove.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like everyone talks about what a great shot it was? It just wasn't a great goal.
No.
But
No, good for him.
yeah, he blew it through the goalie. That's awesome.
I thought Nurse was excellent. He had that big block at the end. Took it almost in the face.
Nurse is great, man.
And then Mark Stone was so mad because he covered it up.
Oh yeah. What do you think of Mark Stone? I kind of was watching him a bit.
Well, Tommy's like, Hernan, have you noticed him?
Yeah, like I tried to. He looked like he did at the Four Nations. Just
Too slow.
yeah. I mean, he's brilliant. He's a brilliant hockey player, and you can get by on that for a while. But there comes a point where the foot speed becomes a liability, and I don't know. He wasn't that noticeable in that game at all.
Not as good as Dorofeyev and Eichel. I thought Eichel was really good, man.
Eichel's really good.
Theodore was good.
He's watching Eichel. It's like it's so smooth. Everything's just so easy. It looks like he makes hockey look very easy.
Yeah, and then in the second, the Oilers took over. In the third, I think when they got the early goal, the Oilers kind of held back a bit, but it wasn't as bad as the first. I thought they had some good moments as well. But they were holding on there in the last 5 minutes. Let's look at some. Listen, we're going to show the Draisaitl goal, and I just want to see this because Nuge makes a brilliant play. I like when they show it from the back, from the goalie's view. He bit on that shot because he's after.
Wait, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So
let's roll it, Coob Nation. So here's Nuge with the puck, nice and calm. Good pressure on him by the Vegas Golden Knights. Goes down low. I think that's my boy Jeffrey Skinner, and then back to Bush. And then boom, Gage or take over.
Well, this is where, if you could stop it right there, as Howie Meeker used to say. The little leg kick, and the positioning of the puck, and sometimes I wish, usually Connor is in that spot right there, and he's giving it, but as a goaltender, there's so many indicators right there that you're thinking he's shooting. You see, if you watch Aiden Hill on that,
Goes
just.
down.
No, but there's a way that goalies get set as soon as they think the shot is coming, and he kind of really digs in once Nuge gives the leg kick and the puck goes all the way to the side. See how he goes right down and he's like, this guy's shooting, because the positioning of his stick, the leg kick was everything pointed to him letting that thing go.
Yeah.
So, and when Connor comes in, sometimes he presents the puck, I think, a little bit too far in front of him, where he doesn't freeze the goalie as well as Nuge did there. Right. Yeah. And that's the reason why, and everyone's talking about how great it was and the great pass, but it was just because I thought maybe Nuge thought about shooting it, because all indicators were, and then it kind of looked like, well, you know what? There's guys in the way, and he was able to make adjustments and make a great pass. Great goal.
I was just watching it again on my screen. It looks like, like he was like, I think McNabb comes
because
out to challenge him.
He's kind of off balance too.
And then he goes, let's try this.
Man, if you can put the puck, like especially on that side, so you're coming down your normal side, because the puck's so far out. Sometimes it's a little bit harder, but you can really freeze the goalie out there. And Aiden Hill, you could see he dug in and just couldn't get across for that. Where a lot of times when you see Connor have it, and look where the puck position is. And Connor's a great player. I'm picking on Connor McDavid. It's ridiculous. But sometimes with the way he presents the puck, he's passing it, because he can't shoot at that angle. He needs to have it a little bit over there and to freeze the goalie.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant, man. It's great to see. The Draisaitl 8 away from 60. Can he get it done in 8 games? Let's go before we play the Arvidsson goal. Viktor Arvidsson, as of late, is becoming the player we all thought he was going to be. Is this playoff Arvidsson arriving a little bit earlier than the playoffs? Because he's looking good. He's feisty. I love the goal, and I'm so glad they didn't take it away for goaltender interference, because that's just a guy that went to the greasy area, saw the puck was empty, not empty, and did the perfect play. Like, he hit the puck right when it was covered up. There was no interference, and I'm just liking the jam he's showing, man. Him and Putt Golden have really stepped up this last week or so, Gager. Let's take a look at the goal. So here's just a bad play by the Vegas Golden Knights right here. That's just sloppy right there. It's turned over. Kapanen with a great pass here. Quickly looks over, knows he's there, off the backhand. Nice little move here. Good save by Aiden Hill. But look, Arvidsson knows it's still there. Boom, it's a goal. Because we were watching it here, and I was like, wait, did that go in?
Yeah. No, I mean, this is what makes the Golden Knights such a great team, right? Their turnovers through the offensive zone without the puck and through the neutral zone, which created their first goal of the game.
Yeah.
So watching it, I'm going, is that goaltender interference? And I'm thinking, but when you really look at it, the puck's still loose.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think, okay, how is this goal disallowed then? And I think if Aiden Hill closes his legs, maybe then it's no goal. But because he's kind of spread eagle there, and Arvidsson sees and he kind of pushes towards him, so he's on top of Arvidsson's stick. I was a little bit worried it was going to be, not worried. I thought it might be disallowed. But he just puts his stick right there because he sees the puck between his legs and taps through. Great.
I think also it's called off if Arvidsson's stick hits his pad and makes him move back. And then
that's what I mean. So if his pads are closed, obviously that's considered covering the puck.
Yeah.
And then if he shoots it, it's...
No, and great on the ref for being right there, not blowing it down. And a great job by them going upstairs and reviewing it and making the correct call. So... Viktor Arvidsson, I think a lot will be forgiven with him for his extremely slow start. If this is the guy we're going to see from here on in and into the playoffs, it's going to be awesome, Joaquin, because he's been excellent, man. He's around it now. He's getting his shot off. He's scoring goals. He's getting feisty. He's pissing off the other team.
Yeah.
He's doing all the things that when they signed him on July 1st, we're like, yes. Now it's taken him a while, but it's okay. Some of the bad from last night, again, like Draisaitl, horrible turnover in the neutral zone, goal off the rush. Those are the things they got to clean. And listen, I know Draisaitl is one of the best players in the world, and it's who are we to tell him what to do, but those are the plays you got to get out. Because, yes, most of the time they'll work, but sometimes they don't. It ends up in the back of your net, buddy.
Yeah. Look... Sometimes as those plays, they're trying.
It just happened. Yeah.
They're trying to create something. It's been good for a while here. So it was it can't happen that early in the game too. Right?
You said you were getting closer and closer. Pickard's going to push for game 83. He made another strong case yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
He was good.
Yes, he did. His game is, I don't know. Like, people are saying he's out of control and
I don't think
I don't find him out of control and like not technically sound. Like, the mark of a goalie tender, I don't care what it looks like. Some guys are just beautiful watching play goal. Like, you watch Vasilevsky and the movement, like it's very sexy goaltender stuff. But look at where a lot of the pucks hit Pickard, right? He's always in good position. Yeah. Like the Eichel one just off the shoulder. How many pucks hit him in the crest? That's the mark of a goalie getting to the spot, you know? He's at the top of the crease. The biggest thing over the last few games that he's played is the goals that are allowed. The other teams have had to do something special to get the puck past him. That's what you want, right? And he's making a case for it, man. You can't tell me that there's not coaching decisions right now that are thinking about, well, regardless, who do you think who's got the edge game 83 here? I guess and I'm saying Matty Iwanek does not think that he should play against the San Jose Sharks. I think it's much too important. You go with you give yourself the best chance to win. And I'm sorry, as of right now, Olivier Rodrigue does not give you the best chance to win for the Edmonton Oilers. And the points are too important. You saw, I don't know if you saw or not, but if you go back and kind of look at the highlights of last night, the way that the Kings just dismantled the Jets at home, that's cause for concern. That team, the way that team's playing in Los Angeles, you want to do your best to try to get Game 7, if there is, against the Los Angeles Kings back in Edmonton.
Well, you just want home ice. And yeah, and I get the excitement you see Rodrigue, but like right now, they want this.
Are you excited to see him?
I wouldn't mind, but I'm not. But I agree. Like
when I was coming in, were you excited to see me?
Yes,
as much as Rodrigue.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Probably more. I was. Yeah, you beat Vegas. No one thought you would. A lot of people didn't think the Oilers would beat Vegas, especially with the injuries they have. They go in there and they win. Why not secure your other 2 points? Go with your best. I called it yesterday in the post-game show, the don't F around game. Like, don't give him any hope. Don't think it's going to be easy. Don't go with a guy who's got 20 minutes of NHL experience. Secure those 2, and then say you go to LA and you get another 2. Then maybe in Anaheim, maybe Gager, I consider putting Rodrigue in because we got 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
But I'm with you, man. Right now, if the Oilers weren't fighting for anything, I'd be like, sure, play Rodrigue. They're in the playoffs. We know who they're playing. We know they're going to be starting on the road. But it's far too important right now to get home ice advantage. So, no, I think you run Pickard, and I think they will. Back to the Stewart Center thing. Listen, Pickard's been awesome. But I'm not ready yet to claim him the game 83 starter until we see Skinner back and see what he can do. Because, Gager, it doesn't matter what you think, what I think, what any of us think. I think Oilers management and the coaches still have Skinner as their number 1.
I think they do, but whenever he's back,
he's got to play well.
Oof.
Yeah, pressure's on, buddy. No more excuses. The thumbs up have stalled at 38, so we need to bump those up by the second hour here. We've got to be at least over 60, 70. So please hammer that thumbs up. If you're listening on iTunes or not iTunes, tune in. iHeartRadio apps or EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Just come on over. We won't tell anyone. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel as well. We also need you to go on Apple or Spotify, please. And all the shows on EST, hit the follow. All it does is push the content to the top of your feed so you can have it ready for when you're going for a walk or a workout or whatever. Just relaxing. You want to listen to a good old sports show. Portions of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brew House. The showdown continues, Gager. At the CBH, wing flavors of the month, Dillionaire sauce versus passion fruit habanero. Cool versus fiery. Who will reign supreme? Come taste the madness at the Canadian Brew House. Up next, it is Hernan's World here on Edmonton Sports Talk, EST Afternoons. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas. We're back in a bit. Here is Coop with your sports update.
The Oilers have made some moves overseas, signing 23-year-old forward Josh Samanski on a 2-year entry-level deal while bringing over forward David Tomasek on a 1-year deal worth over $1 million. Both of those contracts kick in next season, and Samanski has 40 points in 52 games with the Straubing Tigers of the Dell this year. 29-year-old Tomasek leads the SHL in scoring. There's 5 games on tap, including the Wild and Rangers having a date, the Maple Leafs battling the Panthers, while Carolina hosts Washington. And WHL playoff action has Calgary looking to sweep Saskatoon. 7 games shaking down there. On the court, there's 9 games. Pelicans and Clippers tip off. OKC plays Detroit while the Kings throw down against the Wizards. Meanwhile, the Jays look to sweep their series against the Nationals. Toronto leads 1-0 at the bottom of the second. 3 other games are live. Kansas City and Milwaukee are tied at 1 apiece at the bottom of the 9th. The Rays trail 4-2 against the Pirates at the bottom of the 9th, while the Angels and Cards are tied at 5 at the top of the 9th inning. This sports update is brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation. Financial support deeply affects residents at Capital Care, and whether it's a one-time donation or a monthly contribution, every penny counts. Find out how you can donate at capitalcarefoundation.net. Hernan's World brings us back after a brief break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The EST Hangout.
Rule of the traffic circle, vehicle on the left has the right of way. Those signs are instructional/suggested, not lawful. Why are we getting into the minutia if it's lawful or not? It's how do you drive this thing properly without killing somebody?
Go, Tommy, go.
Oh, it's not a law. Who gives a flying, you know what?
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss the East LA rock and roll legend with the world sound Los Lobos at the River Cree Resort and Casino May 15th.
Don't worry, baby, what the world may bring. Well, don't worry, baby.
Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
.145, welcome back to EST Afternoons here from the William Huff Studios. Hernan, Salas, Joaquin, Gage, Zach Kubish in the house. Coming up at 3, Jay Mill and Matthew Wanick take over the Reed Wilkins show. Reed's off for the rest of the week.
What?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
Who knows? His birthday week. If you're
World
watching,
domination.
You're watching, Reed. Hello. How are you? Hope you enjoyed some suds last night. Shane the Realtor says, is it possible that Skinner's concussion can keep him out longer than expected? I do. I think because the team is still picking up wins and playing pretty good, I think they're going to be extra cautious with all these guys.
Well, yeah, they already said Connor's probably not going to play
Yeah.
for the rest of the season, kind of. Well, last game or whatever. Last week,
Yeah.
they said.
And
He's not playing.
Matthias Ekholm as well is another one. So I think, Shane, you're onto something there. And yeah, sure. So
Connor
Rodrigo.
going to be ready for the playoffs?
Oh, he will. Rodrigo will get a game. I just don't know if that one is tomorrow. And Jay's got the biggest smile on his face right now.
Why? Why does he need to play?
No, I said eventually down the road.
Why?
Why not, man?
Because I need the points, man.
They'll be fine, bro. Don't worry about it. I said down the road, like the last game of the season.
What if they need the points?
Okay.
Stay in the moment, okay? Stay in the moment. All focus should be tomorrow night in the Shark Tank, which is a fun place to play in.
The Shark Tank. It's time to get to Hernan's World, brought to you by the Edmonton Garrison Memorial Golf Club. Early bird golf memberships are now on sale with discounts for seniors, first responders, plus special rates for Sturgeon County residents. Enjoy GPS cards and awesome driving range deals. Inside, you can kick back and enjoy a pint or a pound of wings in their full bar and restaurant. For more info, visit egmgolf.com.
Viva la raza! Latino Heat!
Some sad news last night, Joaquin, as it was announced Val Kilmer had passed away at the age of 65. Still very young, eh? A great actor. I mean, I think if you're of any vintage, you've seen something with Val Kilmer. So today's Hernan's World is going to be a Val Kilmer dedicated segment. I know Joaquin's a big Val Kilmer guy. So let's start with this one. They're just questions, okay? What is the first movie you think of for Val Kilmer?
It's got to be Top Gun. Iceman. Kazansky.
He was so cool in that.
Very cool.
That's the first one you think
Ice
of.
cold, no mistakes. Like that line, that's how he flies. Ice cold, no mistakes. How many times that was used throughout my youth, referring to some sort of sporting or anything, like ice cold, no mistakes. That was big, man. And great movie. I think, but I believe the first movie that I remember Val Kilmer in was is it Real Genius?
Let me look it up. I got it right here. Real Genius.
Yeah, that was great, man.
That's old. That's 85.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm old. And I remember, I watched that on Betamax. My dad brought it home.
That.
What?
Yeah.
It's great.
I think I'm with you. I think my first memory of Val Kilmer, my first ever watching him in a movie was Top Gun. And of course, you're a Tom Cruise and Goose guy, so when you're a kid, you kind of dislike him because he was kind of the bully. Like he's
kind of. If you haven't seen Real Genius, I suggest you go watch it because it's a good one. He's essentially a real smart Van Wilder, I would say.
Okay, I like
great.
Van Wilder.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got to be that one for the both of us. I asked Coop, and it's not that we don't want him to participate, but Coop said he doesn't really. You haven't watched much of Val Kilmer, so
yeah, I probably only watched Top Gun, and he's not somebody that I remember, but
he's got a small
he's definitely
part,
impactful for sure.
A lot, obviously older and stuff. So sorry, Coop.
He's also there's another movie that's really, really good with. Well, you know now Vincent D'Onofrio, right? Or is that the one with him? He plays. What was that? You remember Boogie Nights with Mark Wahlberg?
Mm-hmm.
He does a movie that he's Mark Wahlberg's character too, which is really, really good.
Oh, never heard of it.
Sorry, I'll try to find.
He's got so many movies I've never watched. It's kind of sad, actually. Okay. Val Kilmer, obviously, known for one of his. He was Batman.
Yeah,
1995.
I didn't mind that one.
Where would you rank him as Batman all time?
All time?
Yeah.
Probably. Well, Bale's first. I'd have to go Robert Pattinson second.
Really, you're going Pattinson,
eh? Keaton third. And I like the dark Batman though. Like I like the real kind of Batman. And then Kilmer fourth, Adam West fifth.
Clooney?
No, he doesn't even make the list.
I've only watched one Batman, so I got to go with Keaton because the only one I've watched.
Okay, it's fine. I mean, it's
But he was good. You'd say he was pretty good.
Well, that one was the first time it wasn't so campy, right? He came in with the big horns and stuff and was a badass. Like I went nuts when I saw that because finally my childhood one of my childhood superheroes was coming to life on the big screen. It was fantastic.
All right. And Christian Bale's. You think he's top one for everybody?
He should be.
Yeah, he's that good.
Oh.
Man, I gotta watch these movies.
It's the best.
I'm surprised you said Robert Pattinson.
Oh, the new one's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good. He plays a really good Batman. It's a different one. I would say it's more. This is real nerdy, but more towards the Frank Miller graphic novels of Batman, where Batman's just as disturbed as like the Joker, right? He's a psychopath too. Like who dresses up at the back and goes outside, right? So yeah, that's it's really good. I was surprised actually.
Where would you rank Ben Affleck? Did you say Ben Affleck?
I didn't mind. I didn't put him in there, did I? What? He's like old Batman though. Again, Frank Miller series.
Yeah.
I didn't mind him that much either. Like if you read the comics and the progression of Batman when he becomes older and he's gray and stuff, I didn't mind him. I don't think he was definitely way better than. Maybe he breaks my top 5. I got to think about that.
VR says Keaton over Bale.
Who said that?
VR Montenegro.
He probably had a horrible childhood and didn't read Batman comics.
Okay, who did you say your top was? Bale,
Pattinson, Keaton,
Kilmer.
Well, not I'm gonna put Affleck. That's tough. Affleck could go there. Then maybe West, the original.
Oh, okay.
Adam West. Remember?
Yeah, I remember the old school. Those were good. I remember when I was in elementary school, they used to show those after school.
Oh, yeah, man.
All right. It's 2 best movies for you.
Oh, gosh. I mean, there's too many, man. There is way too many. His resume is great. I don't think you can get any of these wrong.
I'm going to say Heat for one.
Oh, you have to, right? You have to have Heat in there. He's one role that you don't remember, and a lot of people don't even know he's in this, but he is Elvis, the manifestation of in True Romance of Christian Slater's character. Like he loves Elvis. And so he sees Elvis once in a while. You never really see Val Kilmer, but it's Val Kilmer in there going, like you, Clarence, always have, always will. And that's Val Kilmer. I love that one.
I know everybody says I still have to watch Tombstone, but
yeah, you do.
So I will, but I think Heat for me of movies I've watched of Val Kilmer. My nephew says Jim Morrison in The Doors.
You haven't seen that?
No, I haven't.
For you that likes that real stuff, how have you not watched that? I'm not a big Doors fan. I didn't like the movie because Jim Morrison's just a loser, but he plays a unbelievable Jim Morrison in that.
He was also obviously in the original Top Gun, Batman Forever, Willow.
Okay, I think the other one that you should watch that's really disturbing and good, it's called The Salton Sea.
Okay.
Really good movie with Val Kilmer. I liked Red Planet when he's on Mars, kind of he was in Planes too in the Disney movie.
Deja Vu with Denzel.
I can't remember what he's in. I did like this. I remember. I'm taking me back to like junior days. The Ghost in the Darkness. This is actually a true story of 2 lions that went on a rampage, start eating people, and he was part. I don't know if it might have been exaggerated, but he was part of the crew that killed the 2 lions. These lions are actually in the museum in Chicago. They're huge.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that right?
The Saint was good.
Max Bezuzu says you guys need to watch Val Kilmer and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. That's
I was going to say that. That was really good. Willow. If you haven't seen Willow, that's fantastic.
Diggs says one of my favorites was the 80s comedy Top Secret.
See, yeah, I must have watched it, but I can't remember. And I loved The Saint too. I must have watched that 100 times. I don't know
I think
why.
I've seen The Saint too. Yeah.
It's probably Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, like what a run, man. What a run. Too early.
Heat was awesome. Like, what a cast.
They're coming out with Heat too, huh?
Hey, so many years ago, Raimai from Will and the Wolf, he posted Heat 2, the book.
Oh.
And so I got it. Gager, I probably read it. That's probably the book I read the fastest because it was so damn good. So
Really?
it's so Heat 2 is what happens before the actual movie. So it's really, really good, man.
Huh.
It is fantastic. And if they make that movie, it's going to be unreal because the book was just unreal. Yeah, it's both a prequel and a sequel to the 95 movie.
He had throat cancer, hey?
Yeah. So, Heat 2, if you're a reader, pick it up because it is fantastic. I don't know if they're making the movie. I've never seen anything.
I saw that it was in the early stages. They wanted to do it, right? It was a lot around the time when Maverick came out because, of course, Val Kilmer went in the second Top Gun movie.
I love Ghost in the Darkness. Also, Salton Sea is great.
Salton Sea is ridiculously good.
Underrated Val Kilmer movie is The Snowman.
Okay, Salton Sea, I think that's with Vincent D'Onofrio, but Wonderland is the other one where he's John Holmes. It was an unofficial biography of the porn star.
Okay.
From what I hear.
I got to watch a lot of movies, Val Kilmer movies.
There's a lot out there. Tombstone is, if you're going to say what's his greatest role, I think you got to go Doc Holliday in Tombstone. Like, how many times does Dusty say his lines?
I know, and Dusty said it's top 5 character of all time. I think that's I bet he's
Best
a great
in
character.
a supporting role, yeah.
Yeah, but not a top 5 of all time.
Why not? You haven't even watched it yet.
No, I know, but like, just think of all the characters in the history.
You
of
don't know how
movies.
good this is, though.
Well, okay, I'll watch before I judge. But
yeah,
I think that's a little too much.
What are you talking about?
Max
you can't go in there with those expectations.
Max Bezuzu says, I think they're calling the sequel Reheat.
That's a good one.
Coyote Steve, he has The Doors #1, Tombstone 2, Heat #3. Oh, that's per IMDb.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Thunderheart from C-Run.
Oh, that's a good one where they're decoding the old language. That's good.
Dig says Top Secret is dope if you like Mel Brooks style comedies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I liked Red Planet too, but I like the sci-fi stuff.
All right. Well, Val Kilmer, R.I.P., buddy.
Yeah,
you're one of the good ones. Excellent actor, Iceman. The movie Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. What a show. Every time that's on, I could watch it. It is such a good movie. I love the scenes, like the last scene at the bank, the shootout.
It's a good shootout scene. I don't know if it's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
No, it's not. Pacino's annoying in it. He is way overacting in that.
He is, but I'm giving you 5 seconds before I ruin the movie if you haven't watched it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I just hate the ending. De Niro should have got out, man. But he couldn't let it go, man. He had his lady. He had the money. Just couldn't let it go.
No, he said, if you can't walk away from anything in 10 seconds flat, then you don't belong to be in this business or whatever that line is.
Yeah, but he went to get revenge when he could have just let it be.
Oh, right. But that guy
I'm not talking about the
deserved it.
girl. Yeah, that guy deserves it. All right, that was a fun little segment. That's Hernan's World, like always presented by the Edmonton Garrison Memorial Golf Club. They are...
Natalie Portman's in Heat. Do you know that?
Yeah, she's the daughter. The stepdaughter. Early bird golf memberships are now on sale. For more info, visit EGMGolf.com. That does it for hour 1 here on EST Afternoons. A fun little hour. We did highlights, lowlights. We talked about the 2 newest members of the Edmonton Oilers for next season as they go to Europe. And we just did Hernan's World, remembering Val Kilmer and all his great roles and movies. In hour 2, we'll continue the Oilers talk some Blue Jays, talk some F1, and the CFL has a new commission as well. Daniel Nugent-Bowman from The Athletic at 2:20. We're back here after the break.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Join our very own Dustin Nielsen, Trey and Terrell Ford of the Edmonton Elks, and other special guests on Tuesday, April 8th at the Bell in Scona for Edmonton Sports Talk's Bids for Kids, presented by GS Construction. A special live on-location show featuring a delicious appetizer buffet, silent auction, 50/50, and more. This year, Kids Sport is proudly celebrating 30 years of making a positive impact in our community. Don't miss out and join this special celebration to help continue to support those in need. Tickets are limited. Find them today at kidsportbidsforkids.com. That's kidsportbidsforkids.com.
Make your birthday legendary at the Canadian Brewhouse with epic food, killer drinks, and an unbeatable vibe. Plus, download the Canadian Brewhouse app and score free nachos on your big day. Book your party now to celebrate like a pro. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
The Oilers have signed 29-year-old Czech forward David Tomasek from the SHL, while also picking up 23-year-old German forward Josh Samanski from the DEL. Samanski has been inked to a 2-year entry-level deal, while Tomasek has been signed to a 1-year contract worth $1.2 million, having both deals kick in next season. 5 games on the NHL schedule. Avs and Blackhawks drop the puck. Caps meet the Hurricanes. Kraken and Canucks butt heads, while the Panthers and Maple Leafs face off in Toronto. And there's 7 WHL playoffs matchups, seeing Vancouver down 2-0, entering Game 3 against Spokane, and up 1-0 at the end of the third. Toronto looks to sweep their set against Washington in MLB action. 3 other games are live, including the Royals and Brewers tied at 2-2 at the bottom of the 10th. Basketball sees the Hornets and Pacers tip off. Atlanta hitting the court in Dallas, while the Jazz meet the Rockets with 9 games in the NBA. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The second hour of EST Afternoons starts right now.
Welcome back. TST Afternoons on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Live from the William Huff Studios. As I enjoy Gager's nice tecito. You make a good batch of tea there, my friend.
You like that?
Oh, in Spanish, we say tecito.
Tecito.
Tecito time. Or té. Anyways, fun first hour. We talked Val Kilmer, highlights, lowlights. We'll look back at the Oilers' impressive win over the Golden Knights. We also talked about the 2 new gentlemen joining the Oilers, David Tomasek Czech player, 29 years old, will be joining the Oilers next year, as will Joshua Samanski, a center from Germany, 23 years old. He'll also be making his way to Edmonton for training camp. So we'll see what these players can bring to the team. Like always, hit us up on the Nasty Chat. Let's get those thumbs up.
Double thumbs up.
We're only at 59. We need 100. Let's do it for good old Val Kilmer and all his greatness. And for the Oilers, hey, man, good start to the road trip. You couldn't ask for anything better. And, of course, River Korean Box, 780-218-9999. If you're listening to us, iHeart or TuneIn radio apps, just slide on over, hit that thumbs up for us, and that'd be greatly appreciated. So we were talking, Maddie came in here in the break and gave you a hard time for saying Heat was not great. Looking at the ratings, 8.3 out of 10 for IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes, 83%. It's a good movie, man.
Yeah.
What were you guys saying about they teach that shooting scene in
Yeah, like I believe there's 2 movies that they've actually taken and implemented into real life training. And I believe the reloading scenes or just the structure of that shooting scene in Heat, which is iconic. Like it's if you have a friend that has like a home theater, that's where you want to be watching that movie just for that scene alone. Just with the sound, it's fantastic. But I guess it's actually taught in schools, just the formations and the reloading of those assault weapons. Also, John Wick. It's true. The way that Keanu reloads a gun, he flips the magazine out. This guy was asked, we've never done that, so we've taught our guys how to do that now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, how he came up with it himself, though. That's nice. You watch John Wick movies?
I've seen the first 2. They're all the same.
No, they're not.
Jason K says, great scene, weak movie otherwise. Come on, Mr. K. That's a weak take.
I think it gets a lot more hype because of the actors that are in it. That's what I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but great. It's just under great.
Our buddy Norm says, Top Gun, Red Planet, Tombstone, 3 favorites in no particular
Red Planet. Yeah, Red Planet was good, man. I liked Red Planet. That was solid. But if you want to see some real acting chops, because Val Kilmer was a really good actor, I think. Salton Sea and Wonderland are 2 movies that move you a little bit.
Today's also National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. Are you a big peanut butter and jelly sandwich guy?
Who isn't?
They're pretty good.
They are the best.
What kind of jelly flavor?
Oh gosh, you know what I'm on to now? The Saskatoon berries.
Those are good, man.
Yeah, so I spread those things on some Wonder Bread or whatever, and some peanut butter. It's funny because my daughter was because my son, his thing was peanut butter honey.
Okay.
Peanut butter honey wraps, right? So that was his favorite thing. And as he got older, there was just more peanut butter and more honey in these things. There was more peanut butter and honey than actually wrap. And he was over for dinner Sunday. And so we had dinner and then I went and made him one.
Yeah.
And my daughter realized what I was doing and was like, that is so sweet, Dad. But then it was really funny because obviously my son makes them for himself now.
Yeah.
And he goes, this is way more peanut butter and honey than I put in mine now because now I got to pay for it. That was cute, though.
Yeah, peanut butter and jelly. I don't eat them as much as now that I'm old.
I always have it around, though.
Yeah, we don't even have it around.
Really?
Because it's like if we buy, we'll never, we'll use it once in a while. But
what about peanut butter?
No, I don't mind it with the jelly and stuff, but I've never been a big peanut butter guy.
Oh. Okay. Is
that okay?
Yeah, it's fine with you.
Hey, Rain Man was the #1 movie at the box office today in 1989. Do you like that movie?
That was a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Not great?
Great.
I mean, Dustin Hoffman was awesome.
I mean,
so was Tom Cruise.
When is Tom Cruise bad?
Yeah.
Right? That's one actor. What's a bad Tom Cruise movie?
The Outsiders? No, I'm kidding.
Vanilla Sky.
That's so funny. Neat concept. Yeah, that was tough.
That was a tough watch. And in fairness, in The Outsiders, he didn't have a big role.
No.
He was Dirtface. No, that's Young
Maybe
Guns.
it's Dirtface.
Yeah. Dirtface and Young Guns was Mulroney. Dermot Mulroney.
Yeah.
He kept chewing the tobacco.
Yeah. We're in the spirit world. Can't see us.
We're in the spirit world. We can't. Rayman's a classic.
Yeah.
Not even going to bother to ask Maddie because he probably.
I mean, it's, you know what? When you watch the Academy Awards, there's always a picture of Hoffman and Cruz walking down the Magnolia Way or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
There's some classic scenes in that one too.
Yeah.
Like when they're in the casino.
Oh yeah.
Like that whole scene is just gold.
Yeah. It's a great scene.
Also on this day, WrestleMania 5 was held. Hulk Hogan faced the Macho Man. Rick Rude won the Intercontinental title from the Ultimate Warrior. I was gonna use this as Hernan's role, but I thought like we might not know as much because I was gonna say what's the best WrestleMania main event of all time, and like I probably remember the 80s, early 90s stuff, but I don't remember anything from now.
No,
for me it'd probably be Andre and Hulk Hogan when he slammed him.
It has to be, right? Well,
I was looking at lists, and that fight is ranked from 10 to 20 in some lists, or 20 to 30. It's not even top 10 on most lists. Yeah. Recency bias, though, too.
I guess. I wonder what they were during the Attitude Era. They had to be pretty good.
I remember Hogan and The Rock in Toronto.
Oh, really?
I was electric.
I saw Hogan and Flair live.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where?
Portland, Oregon.
Damn.
Yeah. He, yeah. And Flair came out with that big belt. Like it was massive, right? That big, came in the Nature Boy and strutting and stuff.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of the nasties, a lot of people that listen to us and watch us are big wrestling fans. What's the best WrestleMania main event of all time? Because for me, it's got to be Hulk Hogan, Andre. That changed the game.
Yeah. That was huge.
I know The Undertaker losing because he was on an undefeated streak.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and then they made him lose. I can't remember who he lost to, but I know that one's top 5 on a lot of lists.
Was it Mankind and The Undertaker when he choke slammed him
Hell
through
in
and
the
they fell
Cell?
through?
I don't know if that was the main event though.
Oh, those guys are nuts.
So, that documentary show about wrestling, what's it called on Crave? The Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah.
So they have a new season. The first episode is called Hell in the Cell.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I gotta watch.
That is I like because they go way back into the 70s where these guys actually thought like they were killers.
Well, there's one guy that got killed like while on tour, like in the
South. Wasn't it South America where he got
something
shivved
like
or
that?
something?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, C-Run says Hulk Hogan, Andre, Norman the Combine, Hogan, Andre's the best. I feel like we're all the same age, though.
Yeah, no. But no one had slammed Andre up to that point, too, right?
No.
And Hogan slammed him.
Yeah.
That's cool. Gorilla Monsoon.
He was such a good announcer. Man.
Yeah.
Him in the body.
I loved Jesse Ventura. God, he was funny, man. His
good.
one-liners were so good.
Yeah.
Like... The Rock was good. Stone Cold was good. The Macho Man, iconic performances in front of the camera during interviews, you know? Mean Gene, like, oh.
Mean Gene's probably the best because the faces and the how to keep a straight face. And he was the best.
Oh, God, those were good. And I was just glued thinking it was all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it.
What's it called? What's it called? The term that they use to keep the secret of wrestling?
Oh, I don't know.
What's that called? They say it in...
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Man.
If you...
What's the term? Yeah.
What the term that they say that... Because Jim Cornette talks about it, right? I love Jim Cornette, too. He'd come up with the Slazenger.
Because back then, the guys on the broadcast was Gorilla Monsoon, Jesse the Body, and Vince McMahon. Like, the three were great.
Bruno Sammartino, too. God, what was that term? It's driving me crazy.
Okay, a president says it's called Kayfabe.
Kayfabe. Yeah, kayfabe. That's it. It's like around here. There's a lot of kayfabe around here.
Still real to me, goddammit. I wish I was still in. Like, I just remember my childhood and wrestling was awesome.
It was a big part, man. I remember having like wrestling matches with my friends, you know, and we'd pretend to do all this stuff for hours. It was great. Didn't Eric have a backyard, like real wrestling?
Like the Green Bastard?
Yeah.
You know who the Green Bastard is.
No, I don't.
Trailer Park Boys? Bubbles?
Oh, no, I didn't watch.
That's his wrestling name.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't watch too much Trailer Park Boys. It's weird watching it now.
Yeah, I like the old stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's well too produced and directed.
Yeah.
I want the old stuff.
I like when the camera falls and they pick it back up and stuff.
Let's see, Ron says Austin versus Shawn Michaels. I thought we'd get more on this, but I guess not. Thanks, Nasties. Yeah, but it's got to be Andre and Hogan for sure. I just can't remember a lot either.
No.
BBJ says Stampede Wrestling was awesome. Oh,
Makam Singh.
I remember going to Stampede Wrestling.
You went?
Yeah, they'd come here a few times, but they would take us to the Agricom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
because I just remember it was on like Sunday afternoons all the time at home.
Yeah,
and it was the same place though. Cow Palace?
But they do shows like like non-TV shows.
Ed Whalen. Yeah. In the meantime and in between time,
how many guys came out of there to be like stars?
Tons. I saw Bret Hart at the. I think he was at the Flames game the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
God, I love the excellence of what's this?
Excellence of execution, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Sharpshooter.
He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Oh, yeah. So him and Jim Neidhart. Did Jim Neidhart marry into the family? He'd married his sister?
He married into the family, and then one of the British Bulldogs was also married.
Davey Boy Smith.
He was married to one of the sisters, I think. Yeah.
Tragic. But you see how
what a squad they were.
Oh, the British Bulldogs? I love the Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith.
With Matilda? Remember their little...
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Then you knew, like, because I grew up kind of with the Dynamite. I thought he was great, but then he just, you knew his heart was about to explode because he just got jacked. And he could barely talk. Like, his neck was so thick, he could barely talk.
Did I ever tell you my story about the 1990 Stanley Cup?
No.
So the Oilers won. So my dad picked us up at lunch, and me, my sister, and my two cousins. He's like, we're going to the airport to meet the team.
No way.
So we're like, yeah. So we go there. It's chaos.
Yeah.
Like there's so much people. Everybody's getting trampled. Everybody's running touch with players. So my dad's like, let's just wait till everybody clears out. We'll just chill here and we'll get some sodas. So we're waiting, and all the wrestlers show up because they had a show in Edmonton.
Oh, no way.
So we got to meet like Scary Sherry, Macho Man. We took a picture with Rick Martel. We still have that picture. All of us are with Rick Martel.
Really?
I remember Haku. Biggest chest I've ever seen on a man. Like enormous. It was so cool. So the people that stayed back and waited for all the traffic to clear, we got to meet all the wrestlers.
Oh, that's great.
And my little cousin ran up to the Macho Man, and he talked like the way he's like, what's going on, little
No.
it was
awesome.
great, man. We were like, this is so amazing. We got to see the Oilers and the wrestlers. So was anyone there? Does anyone remember?
Have you watched, did you watch The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke?
Yes, great movie.
Great movie? I think I watched a little bit. Have you watched the new one, the one with Zac Efron? The Van Erich?
The Von Erichs.
Von Erichs. Have you watched that?
Yeah. I saw the documentary with the only living brother.
Oh, I did too. Yeah.
It's great, man. It's so like crazy and tragic what happened to that family,
I know,
man. Like it's unreal, man.
They were wasn't it the claw was their finishing move?
Yeah. Well, and then the one brother was hid that he lost his foot.
Yeah.
And was wrestling with no foot.
Well,
man, that must have been so tough. Great job by that actor, though, Efron.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was great.
I've only watched a little bit. I fell asleep.
Because remember growing up, you'd go to the store and it was all wrestling magazines. And the Von Erichs were always on the cover.
I was like, who are these guys? Where can I? Because they were saying all these things about how great they were and whatever. Von Erich was going after Flair and he was ducking them. Like, I bought these things and read them.
I had them all, man. I had them all. We say hello to the Winnipeggers, the Hustlerites, the WSTers. You let us down last night. I know it's not your fault, but you owe us one.
Jeez, Hellebuck mixing a save.
Yeah, gee, what happened, boys and girls? What happened to the Jets yesterday? We needed a win. You'll make it up to us. Max Bazuzu, the Texas Tornado. Yeah, that's when he came to the WWE.
Yeah. With one foot.
Yeah. All right, we're 30 away from 100. We should get there now that the Winnipeggers have joined. Always happy to chat. Have them join us here, whether listening online or watching us here on Busta Heim says again, Hernan, sorry the Jets lost. I wish I would have watched that game because I want to know if the Jets got dominated or it was just one of those games where things didn't go away.
I didn't watch. I watched a bit, but sounded like they just got. Wasn't a great game.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Keep slamming that thumbs up. Keep hitting us up on the Nasty Chat. The River Cree inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Glass Tiger, April 4th. Alan Jackson Experience, April 18th. Get your tickets now at www.rivercreeresort.com or at the River Cree box office. We're back with Daniel Nugent-Bowman after the break. Here's Coob with your update.
From Germany, the Oilers have signed forward Josh Samanski to a 2-year entry-level deal with the 23-year-old having 40 points in 52 games for the Straubing Tigers of the DEL this season. And Edmonton has also inked 29-year-old SHL scoring leader David Tomasek to a 1-year contract worth over $1 million, having both deals kick in for next season. Around the league, we see Florida visit Toronto. The Caps take on the Hurricanes with Alex Ovechkin just 4 goals away from breaking the all-time scoring record, while in Vancouver, Seattle takes on the Canucks. In basketball, Miami meets Boston. The Hawks and Mavericks throw down, while the Knicks clash with the Cavs, having 9 games around the association. And MLB has 6 games live, including Toronto leading 2-0 on Washington at the top of the 5th. George Springer with a homer in that one. Elsewhere, Milwaukee and the Royals are locked at 2 apiece at the bottom of the 11th inning, and the Athletics trail the Cubs 4-0 at the bottom of the 2nd. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc. They're the experts you need to know. Daniel Nugent-Bowman from The Athletic joins Hernan Salas and Joaquin Gage after a quick break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss the East LA rock and roll legend with the world sound, Los Lobos, at the River Cree Resort and Casino May 15th.
Don't worry, baby, what the world may bring. Well, don't worry, baby.
Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Love is in the air. I love you. And you? And you? And you! Why choose between your beloved items? Sentinel Storage, keeping your treasures safe to be loved again. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Missing the course? The Canadian Ice House is here to keep your skills sharp. Trackman golf simulators are open. Real golf action right in downtown Edmonton. Don't let the off-season slow you down. Visit us in-store or check out thecanadianicehouse.com for all the details.
Got some gently used furniture or home goods that need a new home? Find Edmonton is here to help. Every month we furnish over 100 homes to those transitioning out of homelessness, and we need your gently used furniture and home goods. Drop off at 5120 122nd Street or call for free local pickup. Just visit findedmonton.com to learn how your donations can help create a home for someone in need. Plus shop our thrift store, in-store or online, with proceeds benefit those moving out of homelessness through housing supports. Visit us at findedmonton.com. Find Edmonton, supporting our community one home at a time.
Welcome back to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Oh boy, if you could hear what we were just conversing. Good thing our mics weren't live. Good job, Coob. Good job, Coob. Can't trust Hernan's great movie suggestions. His Outsiders is a great movie take. LOL. Guy Flaming, best as in biggest spectacle moment would be Hogan versus Andre, but best being performance, then it would not be the best even on that card. Macho Man versus Ricky Steamboat was the best. Yeah, I remember that. Because remember earlier, Macho Man hit him with the bell in the throat, and then Ricky couldn't speak.
Oh, right.
Yeah. That was great.
I felt like the Dragon always got beat up. I liked him.
He was so good.
He always lost. Tito Santana.
Oh, I love him. Legend in the Latino world. All right, we got to talk some Oilers here.
Okay.
Are you down with that?
Let's do it.
All right. As we're joined by our good buddy Daniel Nugent-Bowman from The Athletic. Daniel, how you doing today?
Very good. I got nothing on wrestling though.
No, you're not a wrestling guy, Daniel?
Not in my wheelhouse.
Oh boy,
I know a few names. I know like the Hart Brothers and like Stone Cold Steve Austin from childhood and stuff, but obviously The Rock, but like got nothing. That's about all I got. So it's gonna be a pretty boring segment if we're gonna go down that road.
Not even when you were a kid, eh, Daniel?
No, not really. No, I Monday night. You know what? I guess maybe it was called Monday Night Raw. If that's right, it was kind of on, and I was kind of like, that's the night where there's no hockey on TV. So I was always bummed. I'll be honest. so yeah, no, I got nothing for you. You guys would talk, and I'd be sitting there with a blank stare. So if you have me on for a reason, it's probably not to talk wrestling.
Well, Gage and I can't talk wrestling after 2002. So we're old school. So hey, Daniel, the Oilers kicked off the road trip with an impressive win. It was an ugly first period, but they really turned it around in the second. What did you like from the Oilers last night? Because I'd say this, just doing a show, a lot of people were a little worried going into that game, but they impressed, and more importantly, they got to 2 points.
Sure. Yeah, I would have probably been a little bit worried too if I were an Oilers fan. But you know what? Vegas was missing a couple key players too, and Tomas Hertl and Alex Pietrangelo. So I don't know if they were quite on level terms. Connor McDavid's another animal. Certainly Matthias Ekholm, Stuart Skinner, everyone knows down the list. And of course we know, Trent Frederick and Evander Kane aren't even quite in the picture yet. So, I didn't like their odds going into that game, but sometimes you win games you're maybe not supposed to on paper and vice versa. So, their first period, I really didn't think there was much going on there. They had 4 shots. I think none were, Kapanen from like the top of the circle was like the best chance. There wasn't really anything going on in the first period. And as soon as Jake Waldman got that goal 19 seconds into the second, I think things kind of turned from them. I really like their game from that point on. Leon Draisaitl scores again like he always does. But it's kind of a more like understated performances that I really liked from the team. I think it was the second goal. No, I guess it was the winner that Arvidsson scored. Like each member of that forward line did something kind of useful to lead to that goal. And before obviously Arvidsson with the extra effort put it in. I really liked Darnell Nurse's game with Jake Wallman, Evan Bouchard. Yeah. Even Vasily Podkolzin. He had a kind of a, I wouldn't say, an amazing assist or anything like that on the Wallman goal, but helped set that up. And it was really kind of in the mix all night. And then you obviously look at Cal Pickard, who, is pretty good doing what he has for a lot of the year, but also this time doing it against a team, a high quality team. I mean, a lot of his wins this year have come against non-playoff teams. And that was one example last night. I think it was his 4th win against a playoff team of the 19 that he has. So that's a good sign, considering Stuart Skinner struggled and obviously is hurt right now. So there's a lot of things when you add it all up that, are positive signs, I think, going forward for this club.
Daniel, he mentioned Calvin Pickard there. Like he's put together some pretty impressive starts over the last week and a half. Is there mention of is there a goaltender decision that needs to be made come game 83? And for this road trip, how is the Edmonton Oilers kind of looking at this? Are they looking, over to Los Angeles with their incredible record at home and really trying to maybe zero in and try to finish ahead of them in the standings so they can grab home ice?
Well, I'll start with the latter part of that first. I mean, I think they should for that reason. Also, I mean, this team, it's a very veteran team. Their last game of the year is in San Jose, so there's the plus of already being in California, just staying there and start a series there. But you can come home, be around family and all that. There could be some distractions as any parent knows sometimes, having to deal with kids. But I think it probably behooves and benefits the team to start at home, have potential game 7 if it had to go to that distance at home, given the Kings' success there. So they're in tough, even though they're only 2 points behind because they don't have the tiebreaker either. Mm-hmm. The plus obviously is that they do have the 2 head-to-head games against LA, and those could mean a lot. Given that a quarter of their schedule is against the team that they're directly chasing rather. So that's the first part of your question there. The other is, I wondered about Calvin Pickard and if there's a goaltending question. I don't know if we're at controversy stage, but I think again, it's part of it depends on Stuart Skinner's health. The numbers certainly say that Calvin Pickard has played better than Stuart Skinner this year, but again, a lot of Pickard's success has come against teams, lesser quality teams. Yeah. And that's where I kind of wonder about that a little bit. I think though, what last night showed people is that he can be relied upon to some degree, kind of like, when Chris Knobloch made the tough decision partway through that Vancouver series to play Skinner, or to play Pickard rather, for it was 8 or 9 periods. I think it was 8 periods in succession there. 2 starts, got a win at a very crucial time, and then that gave them and Stuart Skinner a little chance to reset and finish up not only that series but go deep into the playoffs. So I think. I don't know if we're at that stage yet of Pickard really pushing, but he's there and he does provide at least some cover should they need him, be it versus because of injury or because of some poor play by Stuart Skinner.
Daniel Nugent-Bowman from The Athletic joining us here on EST Afternoons. Daniel, Chris Knobloch, he's updated us on the injuries. Doesn't give timelines really. It's just kind of, a week or 2 weeks or before the playoffs. But for you, what's the concern level, I guess, on McDavid and Ekholm? 2 guys that we really don't know what's going on with them. I know McDavid's skating with the team, and Ekholm for me is probably the biggest one because we just don't know what's going on there. Since the 4 Nations, he hasn't been the same. Are you at all concerned here going forward and into the playoffs here?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I am. Those are 2 of their top 5 conservatively most important players. Yeah. McDavid, I mean, everyone knows what he could do, but Ekholm, to your point, is kind of this linchpin back there where he's an all situations defenseman. No, he doesn't play first power play unit, but he's on the second unit more often than not because they get the last 30 seconds of a power play, but then the other team is throwing their best line at the Oilers, and he's got to be ready for that. So he takes on a lot of tough matchups. He's a really, he's seen Jake Wellman kind of provide at times a nice pair with Evan Bouchard. Yeah. But when they're on their game, the Ekholm-Bouchard pair is, since Ekholm's came to Edmonton more than 2 years ago, has been one of the best in the league. You look at all the numbers; they've just been remarkable. And to not have that player right now, and to not know how healthy he's going to be, I think is a real concern. I talked to him last week for a story. We ended up holding it until Monday because so it ran Monday, or maybe it was yesterday it ran. But we had planned on running it earlier, but he he was like, oh yeah, man, I talked to him before the Dallas game, and he was like, yeah, I'm managing this issue as best I can, using the benefit of maintenance days. Then he goes out against the Stars, plays maybe his worst game as an Oiler, and then he's been shut down again since. So I think they're obviously trying to do everything they can to get him healthy. He wasn't happy with, Chris Knobloch said a few days ago, he wasn't happy with where he was at, I guess, following that Dallas game. But there's not a lot of time. There's 8 games. There's 2.5-ish weeks before the playoffs start. Yeah, if Ekholm and McDavid aren't close to 100%, the Oilers are going to have a really hard time, doing much in the playoffs, maybe even having a tough time getting through, obviously, the first round against the Kings. So, yeah, those are 2 really important players, and their statuses seem to kind of keep changing, or there's a lot of uncertainty at the very least about both of them, which is a huge concern for me.
Daniel, I hate to do this to you because we do have a lot of people from Winnipeg that listen to the show at this time.
Okay.
It might make your next trip to Winnipeg a little bit difficult, but has Leon Draisaitl kind of, with these last 2 games and seeing what happened in Los Angeles, is he, I don't know if you haven't voted or not, but is he putting kind of the final nail in the coffin with this Hart Trophy voting?
I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest. And this is my 7th year on the beat. I've had a vote every year except for one, and that was the all Canadian division when they had to change kind of the voting system around. So I didn't have a vote that year. I don't know if I'll have one this year. I think they're going to tell people next week. So I don't know yet. But my thought was always kind of that Connor Hellebuck would be very high on my ballot. To me, he's been the best goalie in the league by far. If you look at Winnipeg's underlines, they're good, but they're not great, and he's really elevated them to great status when I didn't know how good they were going to be this year. Plus, they're in a very difficult division with Dallas and Colorado, especially, but a couple other teams below them in the Central. Draisaitl's been really good, though. I think it's probably a 2-horse race. Throw in Nathan MacKinnon, too. The one guy, I'm kind of veering off from your question a little bit, but had he been healthy all year, the one guy who would have really been there for me was Quinn Hughes. And I think if he had been healthy, Vancouver probably would be in the playoffs, too. Now, because of how much time he missed, or largely because of how much time he's missed, throwing the drama that they've had there too, I don't think they're going to make it. But to me, I think it's probably a 2-horse race, maybe throwing McKinnon as well. And I got a lot to think about. I'm not trying to punt on the question, but I look at Hellebuck's totality of his work this year, how good he's been, how, clearly to me, how he's been the best goalie in the league. That's really hard to shake. Goaltenders, I don't think get enough love, or defensemen for that matter, for the Hart. It's not a forward award. But clearly the year that Leon Draisaitl's had, offensively and defensively, certainly warrants some strong consideration. So yeah, I think it's between those two and throwing McKinnon on the side there.
Well, I think your next trip to Winnipeg's safe. Okay, that's all right.
Okay.
You might take some heat here, though.
Yeah, around here you're
in a little bit of trouble. Daniel,
I'll just change my name. Long enough as it is. So,
Daniel, great stuff as always. Thank you for taking the time to join us this afternoon. Enjoy the game tomorrow, and I'm sure we'll chat soon.
Okay, take care, guys. Thanks for having me on.
That's Daniel Nugent-Bowman from The Athletic. Always brings the good stuff. I was going to ask him about the two new guys, but we're running out of time here. And Scott Wheeler, a guy that does a lot of the draft stuff out of Toronto for The Athletic. He has a good little write up there on the German kid. So yeah, there's a lot of 6'5". There's a lot of information on these guys. So yeah, I haven't watched them play, so I don't know how much they're going to push. He's 6'5", yeah. And then, so it's Josh Samanski, 23-year-old, and then David Tomasek, who's 29-year-old. He's played a lot of years in Europe. He's played in Finland, Germany, Sweden. Dusty covered him at the good old Spangler. And this is what Dusty had to say. Just let me go back to his tweet here. he said, called him in action at the Spangler a few years ago. He was good, but I wasn't needs to be in the NHL good. We'll see how it works. He's an offensive guy, so where does he fit? And he was obviously talking about it with Tom Zola on the oil stream. So we'll have to wait and see until training camp to see if these guys can crack the big club. If not, they'll probably be Baco bound, and that's okay.
Well, they might even not do that, right? In that case, they usually, with some of those contracts, if it's not in the NHL, they go back and play for their home teams.
Yeah, that's a good one. K. Elk says, love how Gage raw dogs it. No computer, just a man of the people.
I got this.
Penner's Pancake says, looks like I missed some good 80s wrestling chat. Oh boy, did you ever. And I'm getting some updates here on Chris Knobloch, and he's mentioned a few things. I'm trying to track it down here. Not that I don't trust our nasties. Of course I do, but I just want to make sure for myself here. We'll have that on the other side of the break as we close out EST afternoons for this Wednesday afternoon. Reminder, 3 to 6, it will be Jay Milne and Matthew Wanek with you for the next 3 hours. They have a loaded show. They're going to talk a lot of course, Oilers, CFL, and all that fun stuff. So keep it locked here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Keep the messages coming to the Nasty Chat and the River Korean Box, 780-218-9999. We're 20 away from 100. We got about 18 minutes to go. Let's get one a minute, and we should be safe here. Let's get us to 100. Thumbs up. We're back after the break. Here's Coop, Sports Update.
The Oilers have made some moves overseas, signing 23-year-old forward Josh Samanski on a 2-year entry-level deal while bringing over forward David Tomasek on a 1-year deal worth over $1 million. Both contracts kick in for next season. There's 5 games on tap, including the Wild and Rangers having a date. The Maple Leafs battling the Panthers while Carolina hosts Washington. And WHL playoff action has Calgary looking to sweep Saskatoon with 7 games shaking down. On the court, there's 9 games. Pelicans and Clippers tip off. OKC plays Detroit while the Kings throw down against the Wizards. Meanwhile, the Jays look to sweep their set against the Nationals. Toronto leading 3-0 entering the 6th inning with 3 other games live, including the Guardians and Padres going at it, and the Tigers and Mariners duking out at the end of the second. Mariners leading 2-0. It's scoreless between the Guardians and Padres at the bottom of the second. And at the World Men's Curling Championship, first place Canada looks to go 7-1 in the tournament with a win over 6th place Czechia. The final segment of EST Afternoons brings us back on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Jay Milne.
It's our buddy Luke Gazdick checking in.
I went to the equipment manager. He goes, hey, your batch is in. Sticks I've waited months for here. We go to the back. It's not mine. And he just looks at me. He goes, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not sending them back. It was such a change of pace when I got to the NHL, because it was just like, what do you need? It went from like having nothing to having everything.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss the East LA rock and roll legend with the world sound Los Lobos at the River Cree Resort and Casino May 15th.
Don't worry, baby, what the world may bring. Well, don't worry, baby.
Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Play more tables and games.
Play more tables and games. Make the most of your bad game. Oh, you want to, you need to, you know just what you've got to do. It's time to add some fun to your life.
Messier.
.246 as we welcome you back to EST Afternoons with some Latin flavor. William Huff Studios. Wonderful studio. So, Jack Michaels has confirmed what the Nazis were saying. Chris Knobloch has confirmed that Frederick will be the first ready to play and that likely it'll be the last game of the road trip, which means Monday in Anaheim. I think it's Monday. Pretty cool. We finally get to see him and everybody can stop complaining about it. Let's go. And Pickard starts tomorrow. Confirmed. So no Olivier Rodrigue for those that wanted to see the young man get a start. I'm just saying. I agree with Pickard.
Where did you say? Who's been
well,
telling?
There's some people that are. Well,
who are
some
these people?
On the post game, some were like, give Rodrigue the game, which is fine. I understand why you want to see him, but it's okay.
Go watch warm up then.
17 away from 100. Let's get there, please. Please.
You know, I came across that weird stat that I was telling you.
Yeah, share it.
So this won't make Oilers fans happy, but it will make Maple Leafs fans a little bit excited because you know the last time that the Detroit Red Wings and the Boston Bruins didn't make the playoffs, what happened?
They won the cup.
Toronto Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup. And what's happening this year?
Why are you throwing that out there in the universe? Why?
Because when you say something, it means it won't happen.
But hey, that means they have to win 4 rounds, though. The last time they won the Stanley Cup, the Maple Leafs, they didn't even have to win 4 rounds.
It was that long ago. How many rounds did they have to win? Because I don't think they've ever gone past the third round, right?
Yeah, because there weren't enough teams.
Yeah, there weren't enough teams. So they've never been out of the second round.
D-Rock says, welcome to the Nasty Chat, Mr. Frederick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, yeah.
Some people are just going to be vicious.
So when did they play the Canucks? Was that the conference finals, though?
Who?
The Toronto Maple Leafs. They lost to the Canucks when the Canucks went to the finals in 94?
No, that couldn't be right.
The Canucks went to the finals.
No, I know. But
92. No, 94.
Toronto lost to...
Canucks played them in the playoffs.
Let's take a look.
And they lost. Greg Adams with the winner, I think. Don't.
I don't think you're wrong. I just think you're mistaken.
No, why are you saying I'm wrong with Canucks stuff? That's when I was cruising.
Cruising for a bruising?
No, the mean streets of Kitsilano. I ran the streets.
Can't believe you're a Canucks fan. Yuck. Let's see here. Yeah, you're right, man.
So that was the last time I think they were in the conference final.
Yeah, they lost the series 4-1.
Yeah. That was great. It was so awesome. They pummeled them. The old cat, Felix Potvin, just got dismantled in that series.
The cat.
Yeah. Trevor Linden.
Sorry,
I don't like him, but
sorry for questioning. I shouldn't question you anymore. You're always correct.
Well, usually I'm right around. That's my wheelhouse, though. That's when I remember everything. So yeah,
crazy.
So I think that's the last time they were at the conference final, wasn't it? Can you think of another time the Leafs got past?
No, that's it.
That's it. Yeah. Since then, I think because they would go up against, they would beat the Senators, right? And then lose in the second round all the time.
Caster 1990 says Leafs only had to win 2 rounds in 67.
Yeah. So they've never progressed past a third round.
D-Rock says best of both worlds. Canucks take out the Leafs, then lose in 7 to the Rangers.
Oh, that was heartbreaking. What a good series that was, though.
I'll be honest, though, back then I was such a Pavel Bure fan. And
he could have been a Valerie Bure. He was good.
And I wanted the Canucks to win so bad because everybody on the Rangers was an ex-Oiler.
Oh, yeah. It's true.
I didn't want those jabronis.
And you know what? I was thinking about this when Danny was on. Just the goaltender discussion. Like I was thinking, okay, when does this kind of happen before look no further than Bobrovsky. Like he lost the net 2 years ago to, was it Alex Lyon or was it Spencer Knight? One of them was playing ahead of him. And even last year, did Bobrovsky start game one?
Yeah. He was their guy.
Okay.
I think it was the year before it was Lyon.
Yeah, and Bobrovsky didn't go in till after like
game 3 because Lyon was so bad.
Yeah, and then ran with it. So I'm not like, maybe people are saying, well, maybe you start with Pickard, but if he falters, there's good precedent where a guy comes in and runs with it, like Matt Murray too in Pittsburgh. Remember, like the Flower was rolling, and then he kind of stumbled, and Murray went in and they beat the Nashville Predators. So this is where months and months ago, when I was talking about the Edmonton Oilers having a very strong duo in net, this is where it comes in handy. Where, I mean, you only need to get hot for a month and a half, 2 months.
That's it, man. That's it. A big game tonight. Rangers need to beat the Wild. Well, the Wild need to win too here. Like they're falling.
I haven't looked, really?
Yeah, so that's probably the game of the night because the Rangers are 2 points back of Montreal for the last wild card spot. The Wild are falling hard. Vancouver hosts Seattle, but I think Vancouver's done. Washington plays. Ovi's 4 away, Joaquin. Got another one yesterday.
He's 3 away from tying, 4 away from breaking.
Gretz better be on the plane.
He better be there.
He better be in Carolina tonight.
He has to be at every game now.
Yeah. Carolina tonight, he could score 4.
Well, he could score 3 for sure. 4 is a bit of a stretch, but I wouldn't put it past Ovi, like scoring 1 tonight and 3 tomorrow or whatever.
If he wasn't hurt, he would have done this already.
Yeah, it would have been all done. He'd have a 50-goal season already.
Yeah.
He might win the He could I don't know what the pace is or what, if what they calculated, but if you put both together, and saw what he would missed out on, he challenged Leon for the Rocket. Leon's won the Rocket Richard once already, right?
I think so. Florida-Toronto play tonight. Florida wins. They tie Toronto for first in the
that's a good game to watch.
I want the all-Canadian matchup. I want Toronto to get Montreal or Ottawa because if they lose to one of those teams, it'd be hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah, but I told you, not this year. Their year.
Whose year?
Toronto. I told you.
Well, you're calling a Toronto year.
No, I'm just saying it.
He was a runner-up for the Rocket.
Was he?
Yeah, he lost it to Ovi. It was that tiebreaker, was it? No, he missed the empty net, right?
I can't remember.
And he just had 50. Ovi had 51, I think.
Oh, really?
Hey, we need 15 thumbs up. We got about a minute and a half. Can we do it? Let's do it for Matty Iwanek, who's filling in for Reed for these 3 days. Then he's filling in for you for 3 days next week. Then he's filling in for 5 days for me.
He's
just
a busy boy.
Well, damn time.
About time he did something around here.
I kid. Keep it locked here. J-Mill, Matty Iwanek coming up. They'll have Coob, of course, alongside them. CFL new commish, pretty exciting. TSN
I asked Matty about this. I go, what? Because I don't know what that means really. But he said you could. There's good commissioners, bad commissioners. He mentioned some names. Is this a good thing in your eyes?
Well, he's a well-known figure in the CFL circles. He was the president for TSN, so he's been part of everything.
That's good. Yeah.
They're a longtime partner, TSN of the CFL, so he's a guy that gets the game, understands the value of it. So, and until he's years in, we can't really judge. But
is there pressure?
Sure. Yeah. 100%.
I mean, the salary cap's gone up, right?
Yeah.
So who was the commissioner before?
Randy Ambrosi.
Ambrosi, right? So he's left it in a good position for the next.
Pretty
guy.
good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Randy did some good things, did some bad things. Okay. And COVID is a big one.
Oh, yeah.
But it is what it is. So on the surface, looks like Stuart Johnson is a really good pick for the CFL. And we'll have more on this. Maybe we'll have a CFL guest tomorrow and they can break it down a little bit more for us. But I think it's a good move. I truly do. And with the connections to TSN, I don't think he could have got anyone better. Someone that understands the game, the country, what it all means to Canadians. So good on that. I know the boys from 3 to 6 are going to talk with John Hodge from 3 Down Nation about it. So keep it locked here. Joaquin, tomorrow, a nice 8:30 start. Be ready to go. It's been a fun show. Daniel Nugent-Bowman, thank you for joining us.
Get an afternoon nap.
Get an afternoon nap in. Enjoy the rest of your day, Nasties. Thank you for everything, for tuning in, for watching us, for the thumbs up. Don't forget to download the show. All you have to do is press the follow button or Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. It's Jay and Maddie coming up. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll chat tomorrow. Chowders.